Hello everybody, welcome back to the career of Albin Zogbom and the HE-111. It's now the 15th of September, 1942. In the last episode, we were once again cursed with clouds. But another day, another set of missions. We'll hope for a better result this time out. Let's go ahead and head over to the planning room. And it looks like we have two missions in store for the squadron here today. First off, at 7:10 in the morning, we do have a flight going up to bomb a railway junction. We have definitely outstayed our welcome on that type of target, and we'll be sitting that one out. And then, of course, a little bit later here today, we will be going up to bomb a river crossing, with Theobald Stewart being our flight lead. Will be wingman number 2. Wingman number 1 in that flight later today. Well, let's go ahead and proceed and see how the guys make out on this morning mission. So it looks like a good day for them, a good flight rather. Theobald Stewart, the deputy commander of the squadron, getting 3 railroad cars and 1 residential building. Interesting. Burned Fingerloose getting 1 transport. Horst Urban getting 1 railroad car. Carl Brunn getting 1 residential building again. Leonard Bear getting 1 transport and 2 railroad cars. Edward Lozer getting 2 railroad cars. And last but not least, Veli Hahn getting 2 railroad cars as well. So that brings our total up to 2 vehicle kills, 10 rail yard kills, and 2 buildings, which are residential buildings, interestingly enough. But good mission for them this morning. We'll see if we can follow it up here at 3:37 in the afternoon to bomb a river crossing. Okay, so welcome into briefing. Here, of course, is the flight route for today. Bombing a river crossing, and it's located here at waypoint 3. So we'll zoom in here, take a look at the surrounding areas. We do have this small town here along the riverside, Pikuga. And we do have a number of roads leading in and out. We do have an airfield too that we'll be able to use almost as a checkpoint system here, or rather something that we can easily identify from the air. And we'll be flying over this road, and then we'll pretty much be able to use this road to hopefully perfectly line up this target. But you'll see there is a bridge here, and our target is just beside that bridge. So looking through the bomb sight, we'll have to remember that it's the bridge on the right side. This bridge, no doubt, is probably already destroyed, which is definitely going to help us in spotting which is the right bridge to hit and which is the wrong bridge to hit. But we'll definitely, hopefully, have an easy time spotting this today. And let's go ahead and look at the briefing. So 1 change in plan here this afternoon. Flight lead has been given to Edward Lozer. It was originally Theobald Stewart, but he's decided to sit this one out, being the deputy commander. I'm sure he's allowed to do that. But regardless, we are still wingman number 1 in the flight. And as is tradition, fighter escort is going to meet us at waypoint 2. Weather report for today. Yet again, weather is cloudy, starting at 800 meters. And we do have a wind in the forecast, 13 meters per second from 171 degrees, which is from bomb altitude. We will be coming in at 2,500 meters at the standard 320 kilometers per hour. Right up here for the mission. Our recent bombing strike was successful and the enemy-controlled bridge has been destroyed. However, enemy forces are continuing their attempts to cross the river by using a hastily built pontoon bridge, which you need to destroy today. It is marked as waypoint 3 on your flight map. Your mission will be complete once you have successfully released your bombs over the designated target area. And of course, that is right here. So we'll look for the airfield, we'll look for the second road, and then, of course, this town with this road leading out will lead us directly to the target. So let's go ahead and set up the bomber. Here she is. And first and foremost, we'll get the cannons equipped on her. And what have we got in here? As much as I hate to say it, we might just go with this 504 250s. Yeah. The 1000s, you know, they make a big bang, but generally slow us down a pretty decent amount. So I'd prefer to have this. Obviously, bombing a bridge. You know, the game plan is going to be the same as it normally is. We're going to aim for the bridge first and foremost, and then we'll have a spare bomb, either the 500 or the 250s, that will go after some tanks and that sort of thing that is normally lined up on the shoreline on either side of those, either side of the river. So we'll not have a lot of time to drop bombs. We'll go ahead and run with this. There she is. There's the big 500-pounder, or kilogram, rather. And there is the cannon on the nose. So she's looking pretty good for us today. We'll go ahead and get into the mission. Okay, so just to update you, my game crashed when loading the mission. So slight change here to the briefing, and that's in the weather report. So we still have the clouds starting at 800 meters, but an update here to the wind information. So the wind now is 13 meters per second from 241 degrees. However, other than that change, it does appear to be all the same things, and we are running the same exact loadout. So we'll go ahead and try again to get into the mission. There goes flight lead. I'm not used to being this close up in the formation, but we'll go ahead and get rolling down the runway here after flight lead. Tail is coming up. There's 100. Airborne. Tap the brakes and get the gear up. Alright, so we have flight lead right off our nose. The rest of the guys are continuing to take off. But we are in position. There goes flight lead making the turn. We'll go ahead and turn with him. It's been a minute since we've been this far to the center. More specifically, this close to flight lead in the formation, but we are going to be second in line here. So there's the rest of the boys over by the runway. Okay, so up ahead is waypoint 2. That airfield, to be specific, you should probably see a flare down there. We actually just launched a flare there from flight lead, but that runway, and now coming into view now, you can see the fighters on the runway. We are making that turn at waypoint 2. 4 fighters will be the escort today. We can see them starting their roll down the runway. If the best we can muster is 4 fighters, it normally means we're going to get absolutely chewed up here. They do look like 109s, but we'll no doubt see them soon enough. Alright, so while those escorts are getting into their position here in the flight, let's go ahead and set up the bomb site. So altitude and airspeed, easy enough here. Of course, we'll set the airspeed here to 320 just to start. We're going to try to do the old tried and true tactic of going to 330 over the bomb site and getting our bombs out a little bit quicker than everybody else. But let's go ahead and set up the wind speed and direction. So from briefing, it'll be 13 meters per second from 240 degrees. So let's get 13, so 10, 11, 12, 13. And then 240, so it's a tailwind. Hitting us about there, like that. And I'm pretty happy with that. Happy to have a tailwind as opposed to hitting us in the side. We'll flip over to view mode here. Get this dialed in here just a bit. It shouldn't be too bad. So it should just be just a little nudge here. Right about there. Yeah, good enough. We're dialed in with the view mode and the manual mode, so it's going to help us target and making adjustments. That's disgusting, though. Yeah, weather report is accurate today. Lots of clouds on the flight up over here from waypoint 1 to waypoint 2. Have completed that turn to approach the target. Still well away from dropping bombs, but not looking good so far. But we'll see what things look like. There's a fight going on in front of us. I don't know if you see that, hit the wrong button here, I apologize. There was a fireball going down in our general vicinity, but I can't see anything anymore. So we'll keep an eye out. It was at our 12 o'clock directly ahead of us. As I switch into the gun here, I don't think I see it anymore. Perhaps it was just one single fighter, and perhaps it got shot down by enemy air. But I don't see it anymore. Yeah, I'm seeing some specks in the distance on our 12 o'clock. They are definitely in and out of view. In fact, there they are right there. Flight of 3, 1, 2, 3, coming in 12 o'clock. Looks like 12 o'clock high from here. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on them. They are high, 12 o'clock high. Coming in. I'm gonna assume those are unfriendly. Just watching here now. Hopefully they're gonna be within range of my gun, my cannon. They look to be coming directly for us, though. Whoa, man, oh days, that was close. Still rather far away. Gonna try to arc some shots into him. Out of ammo, changing magazines. Here comes 2 more. Here comes, in fact, who the heck are these guys? One coming for us, guys. Reloading. Come on, shoot him, shoot him, shoot him. Escort's chasing him down. I don't have a shot. I'm shredding our own tail. Come on, guys, hurry. Hurry. Yep, we're done. I think Albin is just... yeah, Albin just bailed on us. Oh my god! Okay. Wow, what a mess. Okay, well, that's abruptly ending. Okay, so that must mean I hit the ground. The game auto-ended the mission on us. No surprise, no kills, but what a massacre. That was a massacre. There were so many aircraft in the sky, and they let us have it. They let us have it. No kills on the mission for us today. We did bail out, so Alban Zogbomb survived. He might be in pretty bad condition, though. But we'll go ahead and see how the rest of the guys did, whoever's left standing. But this has been just a disastrous mission. What a mess. Okay, so I don't believe this. I think the mission ended a little too quickly. But we got one kill today. Edward Lozier here has gone missing in action. Horst Urban also missing in action, and Carl Brunn has gone missing in action. Interestingly enough, Alban bailed out, and he's actually uninjured. The tail gunner got really chewed up during that fight, but we were picked off first out of these guys, and we got picked off before we crossed the line. So this career mode, shockingly, goes to mission 25. But first and foremost, Julius Lang got the bridge. Mission accomplished, I guess. Wow, the bridge is gone. Wow. So despite all that chaos, we got the bridge. What a mess. What a complete mess. I think the mission again ended prematurely. I think some of these guys would have probably had to ditch, and knowing how they are when they ditch, we probably would have had more casualties. But man, I can't get over that. There were so many aircraft hitting us by the end, and our formation just got ripped apart by both enemy fighters and the aircraft. That was some of the thickest flak I think I've ever seen in this game. That was unbelievable. But nevertheless, let's proceed to the next day and see what's going on tomorrow. But 3 more names gone from the squadron. Okay, so 2 more missions on deck for the 16th of September, 1942. There is a night mission plan that we are not a part of, but at 2:10 in the morning, they will be bombing a supply dump. And then we are getting a do-over at the river crossing here. We are going up again to try to take that bridge out, or rather take a different bridge out. But man, what a disastrous mission today. Alban survives. He cheats death yet again. And this career mode goes on. But that'll be for next episode. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next video. Take care.